Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. Hector's holding council with all his chiefs, mapping plans on old King Iliad's barrow, clear of the crowds at the camp. Guards, my lord? Nothing. No one's picked to defend the army. Only our native children hold their posts. Many as those with hearth fires back to Troy. Our men have no choice, shouting out to each other, "Stay awake, keep watch," but our far-flung friends, they are fast asleep. They leave the watch to us. Their wives and children are hardly camped nearby. But the shrewd tactician kept on pressing. Be precise. Where are they sleeping? Mixed with the Trojans? Separated quarters? Tell me, I must know it all. And Dolon, son of the herald, kept on blurting, "Everything, anything, whatever will satisfy you, to seaward. Carons, Paeonians, men with bent bows, Leliges and Coconians, crag Plesiogians, inland toward Thambora, camp at the Lycia, swagging Marcians, fighting Phrygians, horsemen, Meonian, chariot driver, but why introgate me down to the last platoon? You really want to read some enemy units? There are the Thracians. Look, just arrived, exposed on the flank, apart from all the rest, and right in their midst, Ionia's son, King Phaeus. His are the best horse I ever saw, the biggest, whiter than snow, and speed to match the wind. His chariots finished off with gold and silver. The armor he's brought in with him, good, gold too. Tremendous equipment, what a marvelous sight. No gear for mortal man to wear. I'd say it's fit for the deathless god. There now, will you take me to your ships, or leave me here, bound and gagged right here? Till you can make your read and test my story, see if I've told the truth or I've been lying. But the rugged Diomedes gave him a grim look. Escape? Take my advice and wipe it from your mind. Good as your message is, you're in my hands now. What if we set you free, or you should slip away? Back you'll slink to our fast ships tomorrow, playing the spy again, or fighting face to face. But if I snuff your life out in my hands, you'll never annoy our Argent's lines again. With that, just as Dolon reached up for his chain to clean with the frantic hand and beg for life, Diomedes struck him square across the neck. Flashing hack of the sword, both tendons snapped, and the shrieking head went tumbling in the dust. They tore the whistle cap from the head, stripped the wolf pelt and reflex bow and long, tough spear, and swinging the trophies high to Pallas, queen of plunder, exultant royal Odysseus shouted out this prayer. Here, goddess, rejoice in this, they are yours. You are the first of all the gods will call. Now guide us again, Athena, guide us against the Thracian camp and horses. So Odysseus prayed, and hoisting the spoils over his head, heaved them onto a tamarisk bush nearby, and against it heaped a good, clear landmark, dumping together reeds and fresh tamarisk boughs they'd never miss. As they ran back through the rushing dark night, on they stalked through armor and black pools of blood, and suddenly reached their goal, the Thracian outpost. The troops were sleeping, weary from pitching camp, their weapons piled beside them on the ground. 3 neat rows of the burnished, well-kept arms, and besides each man his pair of battle horses. Right in the midst lay Rhoeus, dead asleep, his white racers beside him, strapped by thorns to his chariot's outer rail. Spotting him first, Odysseus quickly pointed him out to Diomedes. Look, here's our man, here are his horses. The one marked out by the Rascal we just killed. On with it now. Show us your strength. Full force. Don't just stand there, useless with your weapons. Lose those horses, or you go kill the man, and leave the team to me. Athena, eyes blazing, breathed fury in Diomedes, and he went whirling into the slaughter now, hacking left and right, and hideous groans broke from the dying Thracians. Slashed by the sword, the ground ran red with blood, as a lion springing on flocks, unguarded, shepherd gone, pouncing on goats or sheep, and claw-mad for the kill. So Tydeus' son went tearing into that treacherous camp until he'd butchered 12. Each man he'd stand above and chopped with the sword. The cool tactician Odysseus grappled from behind, grabbing the fighter's heels, dragged him out of the way with one thought in mind. That team with their flowing manes must get through fast, not quick at earth and bog, tramping over the dead. Those purebred horses, still not used to corpses, but now the son of Tydeus came upon the king, the 13th man, and ripped away his life. His sweet life as they lay there, breathing hard, a nightmare hovered above his head that night. Diomedes himself, sped by Athena's battle span, while staunch Odysseus loosed the stamping horses, hitched them together tight with their own reins, and drove them through the rock. Lashing them with his bow, he forgot to snatch the shining whip that lay in the well-wrought car. He whistled shrill. He signaled to rugged Diomedes, pausing deep in thought. What was the worst, most brazen thing he could do? Seize the car where the handsome armor lay and pull it out by the pole of prize it up, bodily haul it off, or tear the life from still more Thracian troops. His mind swarming with all this, Pallas Athena swept to his side and cautioned Diomedes, back, think only of getting back, great son of Tydeus, back to the ships quick, or you'll run for your life. Some other god, who knows, may wake the Trojans. The goddess' voice. He knew it, mounted at once as Odysseus whacked the stallion smartly with his bow, and they made a run for Achaea's rapid ships. But Apollo, lord of the silver bowl, kept watch. No blind man's watch, no. Apollo saw Athena take Tydides in hand and raging against her, plunge into the main mass of Trojan's fighters. To rouse a Thracian captain called Hippocon, a loyal kinsman of Rhoesus. He worked with drought and seeing empty ground where the fast team had stood, men grasping out their lives, wrenching in all that carnage. He wailed out, sobbing, crying his dear companion's name, and piercing wails broke as the Trojans swirled in panic, a desperate rout of them rushing up to the bloodbath. There stood, staring down at the grisly work that the marauders did before they made their dash for the big ship. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.